Hello, scrappy friends. Suzanne here in the studio today with a couple of more double layouts for the In Full Bloom line. I'd already shown you the workshop and stretched an extra layout from that, but today I'm going to talk about ways in which you can stretch your workshop by adding just a couple more dollars and getting a lot of bang for your buck. A customer was recently asking me how I thought the best ways to do that were. What the best ways I thought to do that were. So let me give you 3 good examples. Okay, first of all, I would say consider getting the digital art collection. As you can see from this one in the Close to My Heart catalog, they actually gave you a double page layout, all laid out for you. They gave you a full card example, and then they've given you lots of extra images that you can cut. So that's a really good value if you have a die cutting machine. Again, it's an SVG file, so it works with various die cutting machines. The second of the 3 things that I would suggest is to get the Picture My Life cards. I almost always get these. I really enjoy using these. They're a lot of fun, and they're just a little something different, and the sizes are good to be used as they are, or to cut them up into smaller things, or to punch them with. So that is the second. Of course, I say this all of the time, is the other way is to go ahead and get the mix-in. This month's mix-in actually had this print that is very much like the paper in the In Full Bloom. It's got that Petite Paris motif going on. So that's another way in which you can make your dollar go a little farther, and then stretch what supplies you have. Especially if you go ahead and get extra paper. You don't necessarily need the second paper pack with a second sticker sheet, but an extra paper pack with just the paper always comes in handy. In fact, that's what I did. I got an extra set of the papers, and let me show you the last couple of layouts I have done. The first is going to be this Cricut Cut Project. This is the layout as they had designed it. It's hard to tell, but this was done on light mink cardstock, so you can't actually see the 12 by 12 around here. But it shows you how to lay it out, and it's easy to cut all of those pieces. Let me show you how I've actually done this. Here it is. Isn't that pretty? This is exactly as they prescribe it, of course. The only thing I did is I added this little extra underline here on the Bloom and Grow. And then I believe I added this extra heart here so that I would have 3 hearts. 1, 2, 3. Didn't that turn out nice? I can't wait to put some photos here. This is a 5 by 7, and these would be 3 by 3s. Okay, and you can see they got handy cuts, like there's a tag, there's this kind of a tag, there's a ticket, there's a scalloped edge. So lots and lots of possibilities on being able to use these things with other paper lines in the future. There's that one. Let's go to the second layout. This one is of my own design. I started with Lagoon cardstock, and then I took this piece of Lagoon printed paper, and it actually has this line right at 5 inches. So we've got 7 inches on this side, 5 inches on this side, and then we've got, this was a scrap I had here, so it's about 1 inch, and then we've got about 3 inches here. Again, I like to make it so that my edges here are the same width. Let me show you this. As I said, this green embellishment is exactly how it was for the card, except that I have backed it with a real subtle Picture My Life card, and then I've added in the large yellow flower, this camera that I cut from a Picture My Life card. I cut this leaves, and then I've got a couple little strips of paper there. On this side, I decided to cut a couple smaller film strips and tuck them under here. And then we've got a bird that was cut from the Picture My Life card, another butterfly, and then flowers and leaves down here. Now I could have cut another film strip item, but since I had those 3 squares that were all 3 by 3, I cut another one from my stash, and then I laid them out here and overlapped them slightly. So you've got sort of that, a reflection sort of this without it being the actual die cut. So I just like to use up scraps, and that was a way to do it, and I thought it worked out really well. At this point, of course, I still had some paper left, so I decided that I would make a pocket page to go with this layout. So let's take a look at that. Here is the front side and how it would look in the album. And since I had this bright green here, over here you can see I have embellished. This is just paper cut into 4 by 6 pieces and embellished with strips of a Picture My Life card. You've got paper here again. Here I've got a 3 by 4 card, and on top of it I have a camera. This camera was from the same card as this, and when I cut out the larger one I couldn't save all of the smaller one, but as you can see here, by butting it up you don't need the whole image. And then I had this green tag scrap, so I punched some hearts in it and added a butterfly. Isn't that pretty? Hope you're not getting too much glare off of that. Then on the other side, what is that going to look like in the album? Well, here we have it. On this side, I went to play up the blues and the lagoon and the glacier a little more. So I've got a couple of butterflies here to tie back to that. I have used vertical accent strips here on the edge so that your eye pulls over, but it doesn't go flying off the page here, so that looks good. And then this card is a 3 by 4 card with a, I believe that's a 2-inch circle and a 2 1/4 inch circle, and then another butterfly. And these little butterflies were just a punch that I had in my stash. So I think that looks really good. And I was able to get these by just getting an extra pack of the paper and then playing around with both the digital art and leftover Picture My Life cards, because I'd also, you'll remember, used Picture My Life cards in the layouts for the workshop. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this, maybe picked up an idea or two. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you back here soon. I'd appreciate it ever so much if you would like and subscribe. Okay, bye for a bit.